Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. Your cat's curled up in your lap, purring away like a tiny motor. You're both having this adorable bonding moment, and then chomp. They give you a little bite. Not hard enough to hurt, but just enough to make you go, wait, what was that for? If that's ever happened to you, don't worry. You're not alone, and your cat isn't turning evil mid-purr. Let's dive into the mysterious world of the gentle cat bite. Why it happens, what it really means, and how to handle it like a true cat whisperer. Now, first off, cats are emotional shapeshifters. They can go from sweet and cuddly to overstimulated in like 0.3 seconds. That gentle bite, while purring, is often what behaviorists call a love bite. It's their slightly confusing way of saying, I like this, but that's enough, human. Imagine if your best friend gave you a hug that was just a little too long. You'd start feeling uncomfortable too, right? Purring usually means contentment, but it can also show mixed emotions. Cats purr when they're happy, yes, but also when they're anxious, hurt, or just trying to self-soothe. So that bite might not mean I hate you. It might mean I'm overstimulated, or I'm not sure what I want right now. Kind of like me at a buffet when I say I'm full, but still grab another plate. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Your cat's body is full of nerve endings, especially around their back and tail. When you pet them for a while, it can go from pleasant to too much. Think of it as sensory overload. You know that feeling when someone keeps tapping your shoulder? The first few taps are fine, but after a while, you just want to turn around and say, stop. That's your cat, but with teeth. Now, some cats bite gently as part of affection too. It's not a warning, it's more like a playful nibble. In cat social groups, they often groom each other and include small nibbles in the process. It's a bonding behavior. So when your cat nibbles your hand during cuddle time, they might be thinking, I'm grooming you, buddy. Which, if you ask me, is kind of sweet and a little gross, but mostly sweet. Let's talk about context, because that's everything. If your cat's body is relaxed, their ears are forward, and their tail is still, that gentle bite is likely affectionate. But if their tail starts flicking, their ears flatten, or their body stiffens, that's your sign they're getting overstimulated. Cats are polite about their boundaries until they're not. One of my cats, Luna, used to do this all the time. She'd crawl onto my lap, start purring, and I'd pet her like the doting cat mom I am. Then, out of nowhere, she'd nip my hand and stare at me like, you should have seen that coming. And honestly, she was right. Once I started paying attention, I realized she always twitched her tail a few seconds before the bite. It was her little warning light, and I'd just been missing it. So here's a tip. Pay close attention to your cat's body language while petting them. If you notice that tail flick or a little ear turn, stop petting right there. Let them chill for a bit. They'll come back when they're ready for more affection, and trust me, they always do. Another reason your cat might bite gently while purring? Playfulness, especially if they're younger or still in that kittenish mindset. Kittens learn how hard to bite by playing with their littermates. If they bite too hard, their sibling yelps, and that's how they learn bite control. If your cat was weaned too early or raised alone, they might never have learned those social cues properly. So when they bite you during a purring session, it might just be clumsy affection. If that's the case, you can help them out. When your cat gives a gentle bite, stay calm. Don't yell or jerk your hand away. That can trigger their hunting instinct and make them bite harder. Instead, say no or ouch in a calm, firm voice. Then slowly withdraw your hand and end the petting session. Over time, they'll associate biting with the end of fun snuggle time. Cats are smart. They learn fast when you're consistent. Now, there's also a quirky behavioral twist called redirected affection. Basically, your cat's feeling intense emotion, usually happiness or excitement, and they don't quite know what to do with it. So they bite. It's like when you're so happy you squeeze someone a little too tight. My cat Oliver does this thing where he purrs so hard, drool starts coming out. Yep, drool. And then he nibbles my fingers. It's not aggression. It's just enthusiasm gone slightly overboard. Let's bust a myth real quick. Not every cat that bites while purring is moody or temperamental. They're just communicating in cat language. We humans like words. Cats like body signals and small gestures. If we listen to their cues, we'll avoid the confusion and the tiny tooth marks. Something else that might surprise you: medical issues can also play a role. If your cat suddenly starts biting gently or seems more sensitive during petting, it could be a sign of pain or discomfort. Arthritis, skin irritation, or even dental problems can make touch feel different. If this behavior comes out of nowhere, it's a good idea to check in with your vet. Better safe than sorry, and your vet's seen it all, trust me. Here's a fun experiment you can try. Next time your cat's on your lap, try varying your petting style. Some cats love long strokes down the back. Others prefer gentle cheek scratches or under-the-chin rubs. If you find their sweet spot, they'll stay relaxed longer. Avoid the belly unless your cat specifically invites it, because that's like touching a trap trigger. I know it's tempting. That fluffy belly looks like it was made for petting, but for many cats, it's off-limits territory. Now let's talk about the weird emotional balance cats have. They crave closeness, but they also need control. That gentle bite is sometimes just their way of saying, "I love you, but I'm still the boss." It's part of why we love them. They're affectionate on their own terms. Dogs will let you hug them for hours. Cats are like, 5 seconds, peasant, make it count. I like to think of the gentle bite as cat communication, like a punctuation mark. A nibble at the end of a cuddle session might be their period or exclamation point, saying, "That was nice." Once you see it that way, it's kind of endearing. But of course, if the bites ever get harder or seem aggressive, that's different. You'll want to redirect their energy. Offer a toy, a scratching post, or even a wand toy to channel that intensity. That way, they can express themselves safely and you can keep all your fingers intact. Remember, cats don't have many ways to say, "I've had enough." Biting is one of them. Our job is to learn their language, not to take it personally. When you understand your cat's signals, you'll both enjoy your time together so much more. So let's recap. Gentle bites while purring are usually signs of affection, overstimulation, or playful energy. Watch their body language, respect their boundaries, and if the behavior changes suddenly, get a vet check. With a little patience and attention, you'll build an even stronger bond with your furry friend. All right, that's all for today's Cozy Cat Chat. If your cat's a gentle biter, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. What's their name, and how do they show affection? And if you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more pet tips, behavior breakdowns, and cute animal stories every week. Thanks for hanging out with me, fellow pet pals. Go give your cat a chin scratch from me. Just be ready for a little love bite in return. See you next time.